In our last video, we talked about stems, and today we're moving on to talk about leaves. And in this video from Homeschool Arcade, we're talking about what leaves do for a plant, what a typical leaf anatomy is like, and different types of leaves. So let's check it out. First, let's talk about what leaves do for a plant. Simply put, the main function of leaves is to absorb sunlight and to use it to create sugars for its food source. Now, these sugars are the main energy source or food of the plant, and the food is made in a complicated process that many of us have heard of: photosynthesis. Now, in this process, the plant takes energy from the sun and carbon dioxide from the air and water from the soil to create simple sugars that we also call carbohydrates. And oxygen is created as the waste product, the byproduct, and it's released into the atmosphere, which is just one of the reasons plants are so important to us. So to sum it up, leaves create the food and energy plants need to grow and thrive. Next, let's talk a bit about the external anatomy, or the visible parts of a leaf. If you take a look at this diagram of a leaf, you'll see that leaves originate from a spot which we call the lateral or the axillary bud. And the two main parts of a leaf are called the petiole and the blade. Now, the petiole is simply the thin stem-like part of a leaf that attaches it to the stem. Now, some leaves lack a petiole, and these are called sessile leaves, and the blade is the flattened part of the leaf. Now, let's take a closer look at the details of the blade. The ridges found on a leaf are called veins, and the central vein is often called the midrib. These veins are the vascular tissue, or the xylem and the phloem, which transport food, water, and other things around the leaf. The place where a blade meets the petiole is called the base. And on the leaf, the very tippy top of the leaf, if it has one, it's called the apex. Now, the edge of a leaf is called the margin, just like when you're typing something in Word. There's a margin on the edge. Now, you may be wondering, why do we need to know all these features? Well, these features are really important to identifying the species of the plant. In fact, a lot of plants can be identified just by looking at a single leaf. Now, let's check out this FYI.
FYI for your information. Did you know that the longest leaf in the world is like 80 feet long? Get up to 80 feet long. It's the raffia palm. Like, that's like a million times this. Like.
Next, let's examine the types of leaves that are out there. Leaves can be sorted or categorized by many different physical features. First, leaves can be separated by how they attach to the stem. Two ways that leaves attach are known as opposite or alternate to each other, and you can see that here in this picture. A second way you can describe leaves are simple or complex. A simple leaf has a single leaf blade, while compound leaves have multiple blades called leaflets, all on the same petiole. Third, leaves are also sorted by the shape of the leaf margin, and that is the edge of the leaf. Now, a few of the common types of leaf margins includes shapes like ovate, cordate, elliptical, and linear. Fourth, categorization is whether the margin is smooth, bumpy, or serration. Now, I could go on and on about the types and shapes of leaves because there's so much diversity, but we'd be here a while trying to describe them all. So instead, we're going to add a few slides at the end that you can use to pause and take a look at if you'd like. Now, another important feature to know about leaves is how long they are attached to a plant. Deciduous plants are found in temperate climates, and they lose their leaves every year when the weather begins to cool down. Evergreen plants keep their leaves year-round. And evergreen plants include conifers like pines and firs, but they also include plants found in tropical regions that keep leaves year-round. It's also important to know that there are some plants that have special leaf modifications. So like conifers have needle-like or scale-like leaves, kind of like this. Cactuses have leaves that have been modified into thorns or spines, which helps them to avoid water loss in very dry climates. So now you know more about leaves, their function, and their anatomy. I hope you learned something new, reviewed some important information, and look out for our next topic, which is going to be about flowers.